Mass media, 1923. The radio, one of the earliest inventions that changed the world. It sped up the way people received information. News that took weeks to receive or days to reach the public now happened in real time. It changed their dependence on the spoken word for information. Media theorist McLuhan states that despite of this transition, people were still drawn together. Something McLuhan calls tribal traits. Because the technology was not decentralized, it created a participatory culture different from what we know today. The radio participatory culture meant that everyone came together as a group to listen to the same information. Not participants of information in an individualized manner. Families spent time together, listened to entertainment together. Then it was switched off. Then came the technological evolution. The television. If the radio revolutionized the world, the television came to change it. Now people could hear the voices and see the images. It became the biggest invention in every American household, and eventually globally. In 3 years, the television set went from being in 40,000 homes to 9 million homes, bringing with it what McLuhan called the tribal man trait, like with the radio. The family centered around the television set in the living room. Entertainment became family time. Parents, young children, teens all gathered to watch and hear the same thing. The television made everyone gather to celebrate great political wins or great losses and sadness, like Kennedy's assassination.
President Kennedy say he is dead of bullet wounds. This is the latest information we have from Dallas. I will repeat with the greatest regret, 2 priests who were with President Kennedy say he has died of bullet wounds.
Major news corporations held high standards and responsibility when it came to shows being aired and news being delivered. But it also became escapism for many children. Something that McLuhan theorized when he said a child would have watched 4,000 hours of television by the time they reached kindergarten. Despite that, parents could still control the watch time, the voices that entered into their living rooms, into their children's minds. If they chose not to, that was a different story. But when the TV was off, it was off. Everyone disconnected. Still, in the 1980s, there were no extensions of our nervous system, as McLuhan called them. Youth still experimented uninterrupted face-to-face communication with teachers, peers, family. At the end of the day, we disconnected. The technological advances of the digital era, decentralized mass media, the invention of the computer.
The spirit of the entrepreneur is alive and well. More and more people anxious and willing to be their own boss. This week we're going to talk with 3 of what we call adventure capitalists about what it takes to take the big plunge. And we'll start with 28-year-old William H. Gates III, who was a teenager, co-founded Microsoft Corporation, now the world's foremost producer of computer software. In the incredibly competitive software business, Microsoft writes the rules. Its operating system runs more than 90% of IBM's personal computers, and it will provide much of the software for Macintosh, Apple's hot new computer. While some think that computers are dehumanizing, at Microsoft, people are the assets.
The internet cell phones, laptops, and suddenly everyone is always, in some way, connected to technology. There is always noise. Today, we have to learn and know when to disconnect.
Instantaneous world of electric informational media involves all of us, all at once. Ours is a brand new world of all-at-onceness.
Global Village is not created by the motor car or even by the airplane. It's created by instant electronic information movement. The Global Village is at once as wide as the planet and as small as a little town where everybody is maliciously engaged and poking his nose into everybody else's business. The Global Village is a world in which you don't necessarily have harmony. You have extreme concern with everybody else's business and much involvement in everybody else's life. It's a sort of Ann Landers column writ large. And it doesn't necessarily mean harmony and peace and quiet, but it does mean huge involvement in everybody else's affairs. And so the Global Village is as big as the planet and as small as the village post office.